Test, test, test. What's going on? Y'all, what's going on? Let me know how we sounding. Let me know how we sounding. All right, let me fix the mic. I don't know why every time stuff is live. Let me try to fix the mic, y'all. All right, test, test, test. Let me see if this sounds better. Let me see if this sounds better. Let me see if this sounds better, y'all. Give me 1 second. What's going on, new? I see you up here. I'm just trying to fix this mic. I'm just trying to fix this mic. All right, test, test, test. Make sure I like the live. You hop up in here, y'all. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I got some new videos dropping for y'all today on Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube. We got it fixed, y'all. So I've been telling y'all, I told y'all the TikTok live yesterday as well. Tokyo Session's been removed this week. Again, GU did some crazy moves last night during Tokyo Session. GJ did some big drops last night. Did a big drop yesterday. Lord ain't really do too much, right? So the game plan today is US30 sells, GU sells, and GJ sells. Alright, so we're in this GU setup right here. Let us see if we get a TP1. We're gonna be looking for GJ sales as well. Let me try to fix the mic, y'all, because I don't know what's going on with my mic. But yeah, we're about to hit TP1 on this right here, so I'll let this play out. Let me try to fix the mic. Alright, a nice push right there. We just hit TP1 on this bad boy. Alright, we hit TP1. Let's see if we can get some more. Let's see if we can get some more. I don't know what's going on with my mic, but we're gonna try to figure it out, yo. We're gonna try to figure it out. Alright, so yeah, so we're gonna be looking for sales on everything besides gold today. We was looking at NAS100 sales yesterday, but price ended up rejecting, so we're kind of back in reversal territory on NAS100. So we're gonna pull that up in a second. I'm just trying to see if the mic's working. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, it's sounding better, but like I still hear like a slight staticky noise, so I'm trying to fix that part. I think we're good. We're gonna keep it pushing though. So we're at TP1 on GU. We're about to see if we can hit TP2 right here. We're at TP1 right. See if we can hit TP2. We're gonna be looking for sales on GJ as well. So we're either gonna look for price to retest 209.95, make sure we can maintain that as resistance, or if we could break below, maintain 209.45 as resistance, we could look for continued sales go to 209.05. We're in this GU setup right here. Got a little bit of work to do. Was looking for this entry, but literally it tapped at level 230, 245, 3 o'clock is what it is. So we entered right here after this retest. We can see the retest of the wick. And then I think we can also see the retest on the 5 minute, yeah. So nice retest right here. So we just inched off the next level. And we're in profit, so you know it's all good. And then we're gonna look for US30 sales. Now the reason why we switched from NAS, from NAS to US30 is just simply because NAS is going back into the consolidation. It's about to be just like how the S&P 500 is currently. Right, so if we go into the naked chart, we can see how, again, right, we get rid of all this. This goes back to the rules of the downtrend. So if y'all been into live streams, we're about to pull out the price action technical analysis playbook really quick. All right, make sure to get y'all's copy of the playbook if y'all do not have it already. But we're about to break this down, right? So we're about to break this down. Now, members, we talked about this. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and send y'all, I forgot to send y'all the recording from yesterday's live. So let me do that really quick because I totally forgot to do that. So let me send that to the members really quick, and then we're gonna keep it pushing. So we're gonna pause on NAS really quick, and we're gonna look and see how these charts are playing out right here. So give me 1 second. But make sure to like the live, y'all, as y'all hop up in here. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. All right, and like always, y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. Want me to look at any charts, drop in the chat, and I got y'all. But let me go ahead and upload this really quick. I totally forgot. Yeah, my bad for the audio off, but we be live streaming and it'd be like a signal thing, but I think we're straight now. So I'm just gonna try not to move my mic and keep it where it's at. So while that's uploaded with the members, let's pull out the playbook really quick. All right, so we pull out the playbook. We're looking at NAS100 really quick, y'all. Again, if you got any questions up in the chat, I got y'all. Is the blue line the entry or the yellow line? I enter off both levels. These are my key price levels. Like for example, this trade from last night, I took it off the gold level, right? So the blue and gold levels are levels letting me know the best places to enter and exit at, right? That's why you can see right here. Give me 1 second. So right here, how price reacted to this level, resistance, blew through this level, and then you can see when it came to this level, how price reacted to this level, right? Just like how you can see how price tapped this level, then pushed down, just like how you can see price did a dump here, then halted here, just like how you see price reacted off this level that we're entering and eating off of right now. So I enter off my gold and my blue levels, right? The reason why I mark up these levels is because this gives you the best place for entries and exits. So while everybody else is in a trade and then a rejection happens that they didn't see coming, we are already prepared for the next possible rejection and the next possible entry point. You see what I mean? But I enter off the blue and gold levels. Like you see the setup from yesterday or 2 days ago, enter off the blue level. This setup from last night, Tokyo session open, enter off the gold level. You see what I mean? We look at GJ. You can see the setup from yesterday, entered off the gold level. Now, I didn't take this setup because I got out the charts at this time. Members could have took this setup though, but you can see this was off the gold level. And then you can see right here, there we go, how price reacted when it hit this level, right? And since it failed to hold this level as resistance, that's why price rejected back up. So we're gonna be looking to see if price can turn the support level into resistance for price to continue to go down. But yeah, so we are a pip away from hitting TP2 on this GU setup. We're about to see if we get this TP2. We are nice and profit on this though. We're almost, well, we're past the 1-to-1. We're almost at a 1.5 RR. About to see if we can hit TP2. So before we break down NAS100, let me just visibly mark off where TP3 is going to be at, because we're about to hit TP2 right here. And shout out to those that was in the TikTok live yesterday. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram playmaker_weight, TikTok _playmakerweight_. Got some new posts lined up for y'all today. And I got a new YouTube video dropping for y'all today as well. So GJ just hit a level. Alright, so GJ just broke this level, y'all. So with GJ, we're going to be looking to see if we can maintain 209.45 as resistance. We can see we failed to do so last night. If we can maintain this level as resistance, we can look for continued sales going to 209.10, 209.05. And even though it is Thursday, y'all, make sure to hit that first link in the description, join the free signal, free Telegram, and check out the Sunday chart analysis. Like I always tell y'all, well, that's not the Sunday chart analysis. Where the hell is it? Here it is. Like I always tell y'all, the Sunday chart analysis goes over not just what I see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but what I see price doing throughout the entire week. And again, look at how price is reacting to this level. You see? So this is why we mark off these levels, y'all. So we barely missed TP2. Let's see what this next 15 looks like, y'all. Let's see what this next 15 looks like. Barely missed TP2 right here. Yeah, but I told y'all in the TikTok live and the live stream yesterday that Tokyo session this week, all the moves are happening in Tokyo session, and last night and all this week has been that. Yesterday we saw big ass moves Tokyo session. Last night we saw big ass moves Tokyo session. It's just one of those weeks, y'all. It's just one of those weeks. We'll still catch you some small moves here or there. It is all good because we wrapped up last month 19 wins, 3 losses. So we had a great month last month, great month January. So it is what it is. And that's the thing about trading. And this is where a lot of people get fucked up or crash out and blow all their profits, is because they can't adjust to the different market conditions. You see what I mean? And I talk about this all the time. I talked about it with the members and students yesterday during the New York news. The market structure changes. If the market structure changes, you're not going to see the same thing play out the week before, 2 weeks before, etc., right? So like, for example, with NAS100, we're on the daily time frame, right? We can see here for a week and a half, we have price pushed to the upside, right? And then we can see here for a week, we have price pushed to the downside. And then what we saw in the middle of February was what? Price started to range and consolidate, right? So we go from having a huge volume pushes to the downside or upside, and then we see price consolidating, struggling to break support and resistance levels. That's going to cause smaller TPs to get hit, a lot of rejections, and that's what also causes the low volume when it comes to looking for setups and taking setups. You see what I mean? But the reason why we're not touching NAS100 today, we're looking at US30 sales today. We're going to talk about that really quick. But let me just see this chart out. Again, this would have been the ideal setup here, but price took off without us. So we entered off the next level that got turned from support to resistance, and we are nice in profit on this. We still got a little bit of work to do, but we are nice in profit on this setup right here. But let's break down NAS100 really quick. All right, so let's break down NAS100 really quick. All right, so we can clearly see we had a downtrend right here, lower high, lower low, lower high. So like I always talk about with the playbook, let's pull out the good old playbook. We're gonna go to the rules of the downtrend. All right, went a little too far. There we go. All right, so like I says right here, for price to continue to go down, it has to do what? Break support levels and turn them into resistance levels. That's what creates the lower low. The only way the uptrend would come into play is if price breaks past the lower high or breaks past the lower high and turn the previous resistance level into support level, like how the green arrow shows, right? So if we look at NAS100 right here, this is the lower high, right? This is the lower high, this is the lower low. So just like the playbook's saying, we need to maintain this low as resistance, but break the support level, turn it into resistance. So when we hit the play button, we can clearly see price struggle to do so, but also price is struggling to maintain this low as support, right? So we see price is struggling to break this level and turn it into support, but it's also struggling to break the support level and turn it into resistance, which is causing all the ring around the rosy and the range we've been seeing. And then we see here price tap this level, but still yet again failed to break it. So that's what's going on with NAS100. So we are still technically bearish, but again, we're kind of just struggling, right? We're just struggling to either see price do this or price do this, right? That's just what's going on. So that's why we switched to US30, because we look at US30, we don't have as funky as market structure. You see what I mean? So like we go to US30, we are still choppy, but we can still see bearish momentum. You see what I mean? And if we can break these lows here, we can see price if not just hit the wicks, make a new lower low today, which is why we're looking at sales. Now this would have been the ideal setup, but again, London session open, price ripped to the downside. So even though I wanted to type up a signal, it moved literally way too quick for it to even post the setup. So yeah, so we're about to see what this next 5 looks like, y'all. Again, if you got any questions, drop in the chat. We'll need to look at any charts, drop in the chat. And again, that's why I went away for price not to just break the level, but see if we can break, close, and retest. All right, y'all. So yeah, we're just watching the charts right now, letting them do their thing. We do have news today as well. We have 830 USD news, so make sure to keep that in mind. The news yesterday ain't really do shit, so I'm gonna say the same thing I said yesterday. I'm gonna look for some volume today. That way we can have easier trading for the rest of the week going into next week. Because again, until we can break these levels like we see GU did finally this week, we're gonna continue to range and consolidate and struggle to see shit happen. All right, y'all, new 15 just popped up again. Pay attention to how the markers are moving, how the candlesticks are forming, how price is reacting to these levels. Again, look how price broke this level, but closed back above here. Again, you want to wait for price to not just touch or break a level, but hold it as support or hold it as resistance. So we're still kind of chilling at TP1 on GU. Barely missed TP2. But let's see what this next 15 looks like right here. Again, it did do a big ass drop last night, but we've been struggling to close down here. We keep on wicking and closing back above. So we're about to see how today plays out right here. We do got news at 8:30, so do keep that in mind. But we caught a quick small move so far. We're about to see what else we can catch though. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. Want me to look at any charts, drop in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. Just chilling, patiently waiting. let's go for round two, y'all. Let's go for round two. Imagine we would have broke our trade and took this setup. We would have gotten fucked up right here. We almost hit TP2 again. The US30 is about to retest this level right here. We're going to be on for a little bit longer, y'all. Again, if you got any questions, drop in the chat and I got y'all. We're going to be on for a little bit longer. So again, y'all, US30, if we can maintain right here 48,570 as resistance, we can look for sales going to 48,410. That's what we're looking at right here. We could also see price try to reach as 48,750 as resistance. So we hit TP1, we almost hit TP2 on GU. We're retracing right now, we're back at our entry. So we're gonna see how the rest of this GU setup plays out. And then we're gonna be watching to see what GJ does. So again, it didn't hold this up as resistance, so we're gonna look to see how price reacts to 209.90 to see if we can maintain that level as resistance right here. Again, we do have news at 8:30, so keep that in mind. So like always, if you don't see any action or take a setup between now and 6 a.m., simply just wait for after 8:30 and then see what 9:30, 10 o'clock got in store for us going into New York session. All right, got a new video dropping for y'all later on today. Be on the lookout for that. And I got new posts lined up for y'all on Instagram and TikTok. Make sure I have your notice on for that as well. But yeah, shout out to everybody alive. Shout out to everybody who's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody who's been alive since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description, join the free signal from Telegram. And like always, we'll be back at it same time tomorrow, London session 3 p.m. EST. Peace, we out.